So, good evening, Natalie. How are you today?
I'm just feeling kind of down.
Okay, can you tell me more about that?
I just feel really lonely. Um, Ever since my husband died, which was relatively recent, um, I have kids, but they don't see me as much as I would like them to, and I'm just, I'm really lonely, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, I bet that is a lonely feeling of losing somebody recently. It has to be a lot to deal with. So, I just want to check in on a scale of 1 to 10, how you say you're feeling today.
4.
4. Okay. So, why'd you pick a 4 and not a 5 or 6?
A 5 is, more content and not like happy or sad. And a 4 is, I am sad. I'm not completely sad. I guess that's maybe why I didn't pick a 1, but I'm pretty sad.
Yeah. Sounds like a level of discontent that I'm hearing and just feeling sad. So so what are the main things that you want to talk about today that's bringing you to this place of loneliness or this place of sadness?
I just want to talk about finding, I guess, comfort and that and becoming okay with my husband passing and not feeling so lonely. I it was just me and my husband in the house, for we were married for 60 years, and it's really hard, looking at all his things and being in the same place, knowing that, him and I once shared this place, and our kids grew up in that house, and, you know, I know that my kids got their own life and stuff like that, but I just wish they would come around more.
I hear you. So I just hear a couple of themes there. I'm hearing that you're really grieving about losing your husband and kind of dealing with the lonely feeling and kind of coping with missing him. And on the other hand, you're really longing for a deep relationship with your family and for them to come around and support you in this time of grieving.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot to juggle at this time.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely normal to have to deal with those things during this grieving process. So, which of those components did you want to focus on for today?
I just don't want to feel lonely anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I guess, what I want to focus on. And just coming to terms with, I guess, everything or whatever that would be useful. I just, I just don't want to feel alone,
Mm-hmm.
especially in this process of my husband passing. I don't want to feel alone.
I hear you. Um, so, can you talk a little bit more about some of the other feelings that you've been experiencing since your husband passed?
Well, he passed 6 months ago. Um, of course, when he passed, it was really hard. disbelief. I mean, I know that we're older, but I didn't really expect it to happen, so it was a slight shock. Um, I just felt like, why didn't we go together? Maybe why didn't I go first? Because I feel like he's stronger than me. Maybe he would be able to cope better. You know, and I just, a lot of thoughts, just why now? I don't think I really prepared myself for his death. Again, like it wasn't expected. You know, he was relatively healthy, and it just kind of came, and I was just thinking, my goodness. It just made me kind of realize how short life can be, I guess. Things happen unexpectedly, and other feelings that um, that were occurring is I just didn't. Why aren't my children more supportive? I don't know. That's a feeling, but those are just kind of some of the thoughts that were going through my head. Why haven't? I mean, it was their father. You know, I was so it just hurts. So that was also that was another feeling. I just felt very hurt that my kids are not as supportive as I would expect them to be, and I was just feeling, of course, very sad and to lose my husband.
And I can feel and sense those feelings of loneliness, those feelings of sadness. I kind of see it portrayed in your words and your actions. And, just want to remind you that's very normal in this stage of time, especially losing someone. And, um, I hear you saying that you wish that it was you first, or you don't understand why it was you first. He was a strong one. Sounds like a very remarkable and notable person in your life. Um, and so I hear you talking about your sad, and feeling hurt. I just wonder what kind of things do you participate in, to reduce those feelings or to kind of cope with those feelings.
Right now, I haven't really been doing anything. It's kind of been hard for me to get up and get out of bed. I mean, I'm retired. You know, he was my travel buddy. You know, we would travel and we would kind of do things together. You know, I haven't been much. I've never really been like a person to just sit around the house all day. But since he's passed, I just find myself being the opposite of what I normally am. I mean, I might clean up a little bit if I feel up to it, but kind of lay around and watch TV. I mean, I haven't really done anything to boost myself up. I just haven't found the motivation. Um, and again, my kids haven't really been helping the situation. You know, they call every once in a while, but I don't know. I just it, they haven't given me a reason to get up and do anything. Or at this point, I mean, they're not very helpful.
So I hear some mastery skills. I hear, sometimes it's very hard to get yourself motivated to find something to make you feel better. But when you do, I've heard you say like, you watch a little TV and you clean up a little bit and things like that. And how does it make you feel when you participate in those activities?
Well, first I'd like some clarification. What is mastery skills?
Oh yeah. So it's basically just anything that you participate in that kind of makes you have a sense you participate in a mastery skill, for example, for what you're saying, when you're feeling kind of down or something, you kind of get up and clean. So kind of makes you feel better, or it can make some people feel better. Kind of makes things go better because you've gotten something accomplished around the house or gotten something accomplished that needed to be done.
So it's doing something to make you feel better?
Yeah. Or just kind of doing something to cope with the situation.
Oh, so it doesn't necessarily have to make you feel better. It's just as a distraction, maybe?
Oh, that's what I'm trying to figure out from you. Is how do you feel when you participate in watching TV or cleaning up around the house? Is that helpful, or do you find it more as a distraction?
Cleaning up the house is the distraction sometimes. Watching TV, not so much. I mean, that kind of makes me sadder because I see people, couples, and I see people being happy on TV, and it just makes me realize, well, I'm not happy like them. They look so happy. Why can't I be happy like them? So watching TV doesn't always make me feel better. I mean, it can, but sometimes it, I guess it depends depending on what I'm watching, but it can distract me a little bit. Um, so I don't have to focus on anything that's going on in my head. I can focus on the TV, but sometimes my mind wanders when I see stuff that make me think of my husband or things that he likes or what he didn't like, or I'm thinking, oh, how would he react like to what just happened? You know, what would he say? Because we would watch TV together, and he would make comments about what I'm watching, or we would just. So I just kind of replay some moments in my head when I watch TV.
It's like TV just really brings a lot of memories up for you.
It does
Kind of
sometimes.
emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So you've also mentioned about, a lot about wishing that your children would come around you and things like that. So, how would that make you feel if they were to come around more, or they were to spend more time with you?
It would feel comforting that I'm not going through this by myself, because again, it's their father too. Like, they have a relationship with him. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it would bring me joy, because I mean, I did lose my husband at the end of the day, but it would make me feel better knowing that I have someone there that can comfort me and listen to me and distract me too. Like, I have grandkids, you know? Um, they might be able to distract me. I mean, I don't, not having to focus on what I'm going through and stuff. So I think it would help me feel better. I think it would maybe speed up the grieving process, or I don't know.
What I hear you saying is that your understanding of what this grieving process is, but it'll just be a lot more comforting if you just have the support of your family to get through this. I think that's a very strong place to be, to understand that they may not fill all the voids, but they can make me help this process become a lot better. So I wonder if we can think about what it would look like to talk to your family or talk to your kids about you coming around more often, or supporting you in this grieving time. What do you think that would look like?
I don't know. I don't want to be a bothersome or a burden to anyone. I don't want to have to force someone to, or persuade someone to want to, have to ask them. I just feel like it should be a given. So I don't know what it would look like. I don't want to be in nobody's way. They have their own lives, and I would like to be a part of their lives more. But at the same time, I mean, I don't want to cause trouble or and just an extra thing that they have to do, or I don't want to add anything to anybody's load, I guess, or I don't want to be a burdensome. That's, I guess, what I'm looking for. I don't want to be a burden to anyone.
I hear you. I think I'm hearing you say that you value the extent of your relationship with your kids and you don't want to put a damper on that or have a thought of maybe that being burdensome by asking them for time spent with you. So, I guess I just wonder, in this grieving process or this coping process, what do you desire the most, or what do you feel like will help you the most right now that we can start working towards?
Um,
And this question may be hard to answer right now. Maybe you're not sure with your mom.
I just want to, I don't know, feel by myself. Um, I don't know what that really looks like right now. I haven't really thought about it. I mean, my thought process has been so clouded. I haven't really thought of anything pleasurable. I think I would feel guilty though if I found joy. I mean, I I know probably not what my husband wants, but for me to just be by myself, but I don't want it to seem like he didn't matter and I just move on and as if nothing happened. I think that is a really tough question. I mean, the main thing really is what can I do to get out of this slump? I don't want to continue to feel this way. I know it's not healthy for my health. I mean, I still want to be around for my children and my grandchildren, and I don't want them to have to lose another parent, but I don't know what I can do right now.
That's a valid place to be. I hear that you're just battling with a lot of feelings and emotions at this time. That's hard to juggle, especially going through the grieving process. And I just hope as we continue on with our sessions that we can work together and finding ways for you to cope through this and finding ways for you to navigate all these feelings and emotions that you're dealing with. It's just important for us to find ways for you to be mindful of how you feel and um, kind of aware of those feelings and um, sometimes saying, this is how I feel and that's okay, or this is how I feel and what do I want to do about it. So I think since we've gone through the list of things that can really help you, I'd really like to bring up to you about maybe a mindfulness exercise. Are you aware of this term?
No, what is that?
So mindfulness is just being aware of how you're feeling be in the space. So kind of in a grieving process, I'm hearing you saying you're feeling lonely, or let's just use lonely for example. So those times you feel lonely, mindfulness kind of allows you to stick in that moment and say, well, this is how I feel. What can I do to kind of work with that feeling? So um, this can, I have a worksheet for you, and through this worksheet we can find things that you can do to kind of deflect those emotions. So as you were saying that that feeling will never fully go away, there are ways that you will be able to cope with it, and you'll be able to at least find some space of happiness through this grieving process. How does that sound to you?
I'm willing to try anything.
And I just want to do a check-in again on the scale of 1 to 10, just to see where you are, because I know we're talking about a lot of heavy things, and I just want to see what space you're at. So, like a 1 to 10, what number are we at now?
30.
3. Okay. And why is it what we're to a 3?
I just started rethinking about everything, and it disappoints me that I can't think of something that will make me happy. I mean, beyond my children, of course, but I don't know. It just sucks, I guess, for a lack of a better word, but it doesn't feel as good.
I hear you. This is a lot you're handling. This is very complex situation, and that's hard when you're trying to open up about things, and it makes it kind of harder. But you're definitely very brave for opening up and allowing yourself to feel these emotions and to find a place of healing. And this is the first step of mindfulness, is allowing yourself to talk about those emotions and feel them and figure out where to go from there. Okay, Natalie, so here I have their emotion regulation handout. And I'm going to give this to you, and I'm going to give you a highlighter. And what I want you to do is go through the list. There are a whole bunch of options. And I just want you to highlight some of the things that you would see yourself doing, especially in those moments where you feel lonely, when you feel sad, when you feel guilty about being joyful. Just highlight some of those things that really stick out to you, that you feel like would make you feel better. And take a little bit of time, and then we'll sit and talk about them.
How many do you want me to highlight?
You can highlight as many as you feel would be useful. Of course, the more that you highlight, the more options that you have when you get to these moments. you talk about some of the things that you highlighted? I guess first I also want to ask, how did this feel for you to think about pleasure and pangs when you're feeling lonely or sad?
Looking at these did bring a little bit of joy.
Okay.
Um, Maybe just think about some of the good times that I've had, but also some of these things did make me sad. Saying I love you made me think about saying I love you to my husband, and there was another one, expressing my love to someone. Made me think about my husband. Just looking at some of these things again, I thought about some of the stuff that him and I used to do together. But then looking at some of these things, I thought, well, what could I do instead? And what did I do by myself when my husband was not around? So it was kind of some ambivalent feelings here. But overall, I honestly kind of made me forget why I came here. It sounds odd, but it got me distracted, I guess, surprisingly. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to be distracted by looking at this list, so I guess it was overall, a little stress relief.
I think that's great that you've allowed yourself to experience the feelings of remembering the things that reminded you of your husband, while also allowing yourself to experience the feelings of things that make you feel pleasure. And I think the point of this mindfulness exercise is, once again, understanding that things won't fully go away as you encounter things about saying I love you to your husband or showing love to someone. But there are ways for you to cope with how you're feeling. And sometimes when you cope with those thoughts that you're having, those negative thoughts of loneliness or sadness or guilt, and find something pleasurable in the middle, then it may be able to change your behaviors and your outcomes. And you'll be able to maybe go out and do something, or you may not feel like you have to lay around anymore, but you'll be able to go clean some more, or go out and meet your kids where they are until they're ready to come and be around you, and a whole bunch of other things that you're really seeking to do. So I'm glad that you're able to get both of those experiences out of this exercise. So can you talk about some of the things that you highlighted?
Well, the first thing I highlighted is taking care of my plants. I have a garden, and I haven't really worked on my garden since he's passed. I take pride in my garden. I have a fruit and vegetable and herb garden, as long as a few flowers, and so I highlighted taking care of my plants because I really enjoy being out in my garden and knowing that I'm responsible for a form of life. So it makes me really want to be active with my plants because I don't want my plants to die. I've spent years putting my garden together, and there was another thing that was similar. It said working in my garden, and I think that kind of goes hand in hand, taking care of my plants and working in my garden. That just made me realize that I do have other responsibilities that I have invested in, and I don't want necessarily to go away. I highlighted going to the beach. I love hearing the ocean waves and the sound of the birds and the smell of the salt water and the toes, the sand between my toes, and I put sleeping because sleeping I don't have to think. I can totally forget in that moment because I'm sleeping. I love cooking. I will cook for my husband all the time, cook for my kids. It's something that I really enjoy. Going hiking, I like being out in nature, and I love, hearing the birds and hearing the trees rustle and the leaves flowing in between the trees and the branches. Sightseeing. I love scenic and kind of historical, like monuments or just museums or again just kind of nature. I like exploring a new city, so I didn't highlight taking a vacation, but sightseeing reminded me of taking a vacation, and I highlighted that because I mean, me and my husband would go on vacation, and I just feel like going on vacation by myself is just lonely, not very pleasurable. I put dancing. I really like to dance. I mean, I'm old, but I still like to move. Don't want my bones getting too fragile. Horseback riding. I love horses. They're my favorite animal. Just kind of being in the presence of a horse just makes me forget. It makes me really, really happy. I like doing volunteer work. I like doing volunteer work with animals, mostly. That is all that I highlighted.
Those sound like really great activities. Some of the common things I heard is you really like to be outside, you really like to be active, and you really like helping others. You really like sensory things. So I'm definitely glad that you have that insight of the things that you really love, and you allowed yourself to go into that space of thinking about the things that really bring you pleasure and really bring you happiness. And also, recognizing once again some of the things that remind you of your husband and remind you of your kids, and um, stepping into that space. So, what do you think it would look like if you started to participate in these activities?
I don't know if I'm ready. I mean, looking at it seems great, like kind of in theory. I guess I would just be nervous. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what kind of emotions I'm going to have. I don't know if I'm going to still enjoy some of the same things that I used to enjoy. I guess right now it's just kind of scary for me to take that step. I just feel like I should continue to grieve since this was of someone that I loved and I cared about, and should I be completely happy after he dies? I don't know.
Those are all really, really valid emotions. This is a scary place to really step out from where you were, and do something different, do something new, especially after everything you've been through lately. And we're just gonna keep trying to work together to step into that zone. And sometimes it just really takes of you forcing yourself into that place whenever you're ready, and just saying, okay, I'm gonna go out today into my garden, and maybe if I just plant one thing, or if I just water one thing, and see how that feels. Then come back in the house and maybe try again another day whenever you're ready, and maybe water two things, or maybe plant something, and see how that feels. Or maybe take a walk to the beach, and maybe just be it 1 block or 2 blocks, or maybe you make it all the way there. But taking it step by step when you're ready to allow yourself to do the things that make you happy, but still recognize that you're still grieving. How does that feel for you?
That sounds compromisable. It doesn't sound so overwhelming if I don't spend as much time in the garden as I would used to. Watering one plant at a time, or taking a couple weeds out at a time, instead of, because usually I would be out in the garden as my husband's, sitting on the patio reading a paper or watching some game or something, and I would spend, 2, 3 hours gardening and picking weeds and, making sure that everything looks neat and orderly, and that animals aren't attacking my vegetables. Um, I guess breaking it down and maybe spending a couple of minutes out there, or does it sound too scary?
It's good. And like I said, it's when you're ready. You know yourself the best, and you know when you'll be ready. And you just take it a little step at a time. And I think for our homework, I want you to try something on this list. And it doesn't have to be just the gardening, or it can be. You said you like dancing. It's something you don't have to leave the house. You find a song that you like to dance to, and see how it feels. You know? And if it feels well, try another one on the list. And let's start with 2 things on the list. Let's try to do 2, even if it's just a small bit of it. Let's see how that feels. And then when we come back next week, we can talk about how it was for you to allow yourself to do those pleasure-seeking things. And maybe from there, we can work on how we can get your family back involved and supporting you, and making you feel like you're not so lonely, you're not in this alone. How does that sound?
That sounds really good.
Good.
I think I can do that.
So let's do a last check-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, I know we started out as a 4, and bringing up the things about your husband and about family that would put you to a 3. So where do you feel like you're at now?
A 5.
5. Okay. And what's pushed you to a 5 now?
I started thinking about positive things. Looking at this list has made me think about things other than my husband and other than my children. So it made me kind of think about, what did I do before? What was in my daily routine? It made me think about things that I really enjoyed. Of course, I'm not completely, that's why I'm kind of more in the middle. I'm not completely, ecstatic, but I feel like this could be helpful, and towards the end you brought up me talking about my kids next week, and that brought me comfort because that's something that I would also like to focus on. So I feel a little bit better than the beginning because I guess it's something that I can look forward to, and it's been a while since I've looked forward to anything really. I mean, I don't do much as of lately, and maybe think of what else can I do instead of lay around or just watch TV. So it brings a little bit of hope, and I'm I'm hopeful that something positive will come out if I at least try, and I'm willing to try.
Hope and energy is a good place to start. And I'm more than hopeful that, this journey is always a process, but you're definitely making progress in the 40 minutes that we've been here together. And, I'm more than hopeful and excited to see what more progress you make through all the rest of our sessions together. Yay!